Is your name and your ethnicity?
Yeah, I'm Samuel and I'm from Africa.
Hi, Samuel. What stereotypes do you feel have influenced you in America?
Um, um, got to America last year, and so I haven't stayed for a long time, but right now I don't really know because I mean it's barely a year I've been here, so it's not even up to a year, so I don't really know right now. But I mean it's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
So you haven't had enough experience here in America to make a decision on whether or not the stereotypes have impacted you.
Yeah. It's barely up to a year. I mean,
How do you
it's a
feel
couple
about the
of
Black
months.
Lives Matter movement?
Uh, I think I fully support the Black Lives Movement as long as it's peaceful, because as long as it's a non-violent protest, I think it's cool because people be trying to question the democracy in the country. I mean, uh, so I think I fully support it, and it's a pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's good.
Do you feel that it's discriminatory towards other races?
Well, I don't think so, because I mean, since black people have been oppressed, it's not any form of discrimination, because it's like they're fighting for their right. They're trying to question what the governments are doing, what the cops are doing, but I don't think it has to do with discriminating other races.
Okay. Thank you, Samuel.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Afternoon. What is your name and ethnicity?
I'm Jonathan Yang, and I'm from the tribe of Hmong.
All right. Hi, Jonathan. What are your opinions on the Black Lives Matter movement?
My opinion on the Black Lives Matter movement is I do support it in some ways, but some things that I don't support is the way how they are protesting, like the way how they block off highways, the way how they break into buildings and take things. That's basically committing crimes while not protesting peacefully. And that's just some things that I don't really approve on.
So how do you feel that the name All Lives Matter or All Life Matters would impact the group? Do you feel it would be more justified?
I think it will be more justified because it's not just African Americans that are being killed. There's actually Asians, Hispanics, and Americans too that are also being killed too. So I think that'd be good too.
So you feel that the title All Life Matters would be more inclusive?
Yeah.
Do you feel you've been a victim to any stereotypes involving those of Asian descent?
No.
Thank you for your time.
No. You're welcome.
Good evening. What is your name and your ethnicity?
I'm Trina Brown. I'm Caucasian, I think.
Hi,
Yes.
Trina Brown. What are your opinions on the Black Lives Matter movement?
Well, I think it is a fabricated movement funded by George Soros, who is the controller of a lot of governments that causes a lot of problems. And I think it's fabricated and sensationalized by the media, and I don't think it's a very effective movement because of all the violence associated with it. But what it's doing is it stands for black rights, but it's not presenting the black movement in a positive way. So I think it's very divisive, and I actually don't think it's real. I think it's fabricated, and I think they bust people in to create violence in areas. So I think high school students, you should research George Soros, because you need to know who that guy is. Soros. Look him up.
Okay, now, do you feel that if the name were changed to something such as Life Matters or All Lives Matter, it would be prejudicial or beneficial to everyone?
Well, I do believe that all lives matter, and I think when you single out a certain race, like Asians matter, Caucasians matter, Black lives matter, then you're saying this certain group of people matter. But I think why do you need a statement like all lives matter? Because all lives do matter. And I wish that everyone was raised to think that and there wasn't division. I think movements like a certain race matters is divisive in that it segregates other people, and it says that they don't matter as much. I get why they're presenting it because of the former oppression, and there is a lot in the media that they're being, brutalized by police and stuff like that. But I don't think it's the white way to Did I say the white way?
Yeah, the white way.
That's weird. The right way to approach it. Okay. So.
Thank you for your time.
That's it?
Good evening. What is your name and ethnicity?
My name is Edward Brown, and I am a Caucasian.
So what is your opinion, Edward Brown, on the Black Lives Matter movement?
I believe that the Black Lives Matter movement has spawned and arisen during a period of time in this country when there have been an awful lot of unnecessary deaths of black youth that have been at the hands of our law enforcement agencies. And there is a need for the Black Lives Matter movement to get the message out that something's going on here and it's not necessary and it's unjust. And I approve of it, support it, believe in it. I believe all lives matter, of course, as well. But if you examine the individual movements independently, the Black Lives Matter movement on its own has gained so much steam because there's been so much in the news about this. And the only way that we ever get change in any respect within our communities and nationwide is, on the whole, is when we bring things to the attention of governing bodies. So the Black Lives Matter movement has been very successful at gathering support from law enforcement agencies and government officials to recognize that there is a problem.
Do you feel that the term all lives matter or life matters would be a better substitute?
Not really, because then you take away from the power and the aura that the Black Lives Matter movement has on its own. I think people are trying to strip that from them as a group. You can have other groups known, Blue Lives Matter as well. Cop Lives Matter too, they do. Dogs' lives matter. My life matters. Your life matters. Let anybody start their own group if they want to, but they're trying to strip and break down this one particular group, which would diminish the gains and the successes that they've already had, trying to emphasize the point that Black lives matter. And so those that are out there that are trying to break the movement apart are in a sense trying to diminish the points that they're trying to make. They're trying to lessen the significance of the arguments that they're making in the movement. So let them start their own movement. If they can get enough people to say that Chinese lives matter, well, that's great. They do. But I think that the work that they've already done and getting recognized to the point that they have, it would not be fair. And if I were black, I would be insulted by the people that want to try to minimize the significance of my fellow brothers.
So do you feel that a movement is only rightfully formed if there's a good audience behind it?
No. I think we sometimes fail to take the right steps on our own to popularize things that are very important to us. Sometimes we have to all realize that our voice can be heard and we can make a difference. And we need to stop waiting on the 100th monkey. And that's an expression that goes back ages. There will never be really the 100th monkey. If you've ever played the game when you were a kid, there's always one monkey that's lost. So to steal the expression from that, to wait for the 100th monkey before you put the lid on the game and put it away is stupid. In other words, in your movement as well, don't wait for the 100th person to finally decide you got enough to make a movement. Start in your own corner of the world and start making your own movement.
Thank you for your time.
You bet.